3, 2, 1, go.
So let's do the crash course one first. We'll open this up. This is the little robot. We'll go ahead and get rid of this. I need to sit back so I can chill. But I need to be able to see where's my, there we go. Okay. So this is just my little robot. First things first, when I have the issue with the eyes like this, let's do Z and rendered. Even that looks good. So this happens when the normals, which is the outside surface, the surface that you're seeing, versus the inner surface, which is the backside, that's flipped. So I always forget. Can I move this? I have the little recording thing right here and I can't see behind it. So what I need to do is, I think, edit mode, mesh, normals, set from faces. So glad I remembered. Now I have to select the bottom one, mesh, normals, set from faces. Ugh, you butt monkey. Did that really not work? Why is this not working? You better let me do it. Normals, set from faces. There we go. I was about to fight this thing. So essentially what these are eyelids. I wanted to try to make eyelids. I think I want to try to animate these eyelids so that they close on demand. It's probably really easy, but I don't know how to do it. That looks good. So first things first, I wanted to make this really small. So let's take everything and I'm going to put it up in the project. Okay, I'm going to put this turntable in the project too. That way we can just do a quick, easy turntable. So, okay, so for the, let's go out of edit mode. Let's figure this out here. So, all right, I'm going to change all these to XYZ. I hate that they automatically change to the other thing. It just makes everything so much more difficult. I'm sure there's a good use for it, but no, I don't want to use that other thing. I wish there was a way to quickly make everything this. So what I'm doing is essentially that adds another plane. And so for example, if I wanted to rotate it, I could rotate it forward, sidewards, and then like forward, sidewards, and like, well, I'll show you in a second. I'll show you. It'll be easier to show you rather than looking like a dum-dum trying to figure it out. Okay, so let's go the upper eyelid. So now we have the rotation. I can rotate it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first things first, I need to unparent this somehow. So hopefully I can, oh, what is it? Is it eye? No, that's definitely not eye. Jeez. So it's not Control P? No. Is it Control I? No, I just hit the same thing twice. Shift I, maybe? Shift P? Why can't I think of how to... oh, maybe it's Alt P? Clear parent, keep transformation. Okay, so now they're two separate. I need to do the same thing with this one. I'm just going to select both of these. So I shouldn't have had them nestled in Nomad Sculpt because then they just like move together. So Control P, and I'll just, oh no, Alt P, Alt P. There you go. So now they're separate. So now this low is separate and the upper is separate. So for example, what I was saying with upper A, we have, you can rotate it this way, but what's the other thing that I need to do is take set origin to geometry. Whoops. Origin to geometry. So now the origin's here. So now I can rotate this like that. But it's looking like it's moving globally. Let's see if we do local. Oh, it's still not the right. I need to change the pivot. Oh, let me think. Let me think. Let me see. Alt period. Does that allow me? There's something that allows me to. I just don't remember how to do it. Control Alt period. Control period. Oh, it's control period. I think control period allows me to adjust the gizmo so it can be how I want it to be. So for example, that's much better. And I'm going to hit Alt Z so I can see through. I want to see this whole little half. So when I'm rotating it, I think I need to hit Control I again to get rid of the pivot. Oh, see, that kind of works, but not really. So what I need is, let me hit Alt I again. Oh, Control I. Gotta remember that. Control I so I can adjust the pivot. I think I want it to be in the back. I'm actually not sure where the best part of the pivot should be. Let's hit Control period. Oh, that's better though. That's better. That's much better. Okay, so that's good. So now we'll take the bottom one. We'll do the same thing. We'll right click, set origin to geometry. And then hit Control period. And we need to adjust this one the same way. Okay, that looks good. And then we need to move this back. And then Control period again. So now this should be able to, oh no. Okay, so it looks like we need to, how would I even, Control period. Maybe if I move this, let's try that. Oh, there we go. That works. Nice. So now they're both, so now I can make him blink if I wanted to. I think it would be good to keyframe where they both are now. So I'm going to hit Alt Z to go back to regular view. Okay, so this is, so I'm going to set a keyframe for the rotation. And here I'm going to set a keyframe for the location. And then I want to, I'll do 3 frames. And then I want to do the upper location, or the open location. Okay, so now I want to save that as well. And on this one, I want to do the same thing, but reversed. I'll open and then save that there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take the... Oh no, so you know what I need to do? I need to switch them. So let's take this one and put it at 0. Or put it at 1. Open, close. Perfect. Okay, so we'll move this to, I think it was the second frame. We'll do the third frame for both of them. And then we'll take the first frame, Control C, and we'll put it on 5. So then we'll take this, the first frame, Control C, Control V. Look at that. All right, cool. So now I have to do it for the other one. Okay, so let's take this eye. Oh, that's right. First is set origin to geometry. Set origin to geometry. So now we just need to Control I, and then we adjust this pivot to be back here. Let's see if this works. Control I. It does not. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to rotate it. That's why. So we'll go back to Control I, and we need to rotate this like so. I feel like it's also not in the middle. That feels better. So let's see if that works. Okay, Control I. Oh no, it's still like... Okay, so I have to figure out where it's... Control I. Do I need to move this up? Maybe? Control I. Okay, so that works. That works. So I'll set this keyframe, and then I'll go to 3 and set this keyframe. Okay, and we'll just do the same for the other one. We already did that, but what we didn't do was rotate it. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. Let's try this. Oh. I think I need to do it more forward, maybe? No, that can't be it. Let's try more backwards. There we go. Okay, so we need to set this, right? So we'll set that, and then we'll move 3, and then we'll do the other position. We'll set that, so now this should be the same. So we'll switch these two. That'll be 1, and this one will be 3. And then I need to find the other one. We'll go to 1. Switch these two. Okay, we'll bring them to 3. Okay, so this I'll Command C, 1, 2, boom. There we go. Nice. Save as Little Robot Crash Course. So we'll save this Blender file. Nice. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to do was take all of this, I'll select everything, and I wanted to make this small. Local, do I want to do global to shrink everything? S. Global is better because local things start to change and get really weird. Okay, we're gonna make everything really small. We are not playing games. So I have to find a new place for his legs. That looks perfect. Okay, let's go to the first frame. Let's just go to the box. This is an empty, which doesn't look like it's perfectly straight. Snap, selection to cursor. Okay. I'll make it even smaller, actually. So something isn't straight. Something isn't perfectly level, perfectly aligned. It could just be the arms, but I'm not sure. Feels like it's this guy. Should be perfectly centered. Okay, so let's save. All right, so let's take, I want to take this whole project and duplicate it. I want to hide it for now. I want to try something else out later. So now I want to take all of these, and including this last one, which I'm going to select last, and Control P, and parent it. So now I can take this, and I think I already have a thing built in, but now it should rotate. Good. Okay, so that's good. So we have the blink, which I might add the blinks a little bit later on. I gotta figure out how to, like, it'd be cool if you could, like, if I could group those somehow together, but I'm not sure if you can even do that. Okay, oh, you know what else I need to do? I need to bring the focus ring, which is huge, but that's okay. I want to bring the focus ring down. So this is what my camera is selected to focus on. It's just empty, so it's the same thing as this box, except it's a ring. And you can place it, and then you can set your camera to focus on the ring. So you can actually move the focus. So it's a better way to rack focus. I mean, you can do that with the camera as well. Rack focus just means change focal position. So we'll put it right here. I think that looks good. So now he's in. That looks great. Okay, so now we can kind of adjust the little parts of him. So maybe we want to make the eyes glossy. Maybe we want to make this. I don't mind that not being glossy. I kind of like the way his... Let's make this not glossy. Oh, I connected it to the body, didn't I? Like a dum-dum. I think I did. I did that for... I'm not sure why I did that. I think I can go into edit mode. And then I can separate... Separate selection. Will this give me two parts? No. I don't think it did anything. Separate by material. No. Separate by loose parts. There we go. Boom. So now I can take this little piece. I think I want it to be a little bit more rough. Oh, you know what? I think I'm moving. I think I'm changing everything. I was changing everything. So what I need to do is go into here. I need to go into the materials. Right now, they're both the same material. I need to check this. So this will be this material. Curly Q. And this will be the body. So now they're separate and I can control them separately. Okay, good. Good, good, good. So I do have little eye dots here. So little eye dots, and maybe those are, maybe we'll put a little warm little emission. Okay, let's save. I like it. And, you know, the blink might actually be too short. So to control this, put the cursor above the one you want to stretch. So like these two. Oh, wait. No, I got to put it, I got to select them all. Put the cursor, put the thing on the frame, hit S, and then I can size these up. Okay, so now it's 1, 4, 1, 4, and 7. But I have to do the same with the other one. Actually, I have to do the same with a lot of them. So 1, 4, and bring this to 7. 4, 7. 4, 7. Do they look like they're blinking at the same rate? I guess they do. Okay, so can I select all of these? Oops, all Command or Control C, and maybe just spread them out. Oh no. Why can't I do that? I don't understand why I can't do that. Okay, what if I... I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't allow me to do that. Let's try one at a time. What if I took this and I put it over here? I want to see what's happening. Why are they being so weird? Okay, so I think, unfortunately, oh, what was that? Oh, they're like moving. Why are they moving? All right, let's check out all the other ones. I meant to do Alt-C. Oh, what is the... Oh, this is, must have been what I just put there. Okay, so what if I select them all again? So if I want to put it here, I think maybe I just need to go like this. Wait, let's undo. Because I don't see all of them there. But maybe I can't do that. Maybe I have to do them like one by one. All right, let's see if the close position stays. Oh, that worked. And then to open, I think I probably just need to take, let's see if I can take them all. So annoying. I feel like this one is the problem. I don't understand why you can't do this on the other side. Just making my life so much more difficult. Okay. So let's take, oh, these are the regular eyes, aren't they? What? Let's see if I control C. These are global. Maybe I need local. What if I select them on local? Let's just see if that does anything. Local. And let's move them over to like here. When it's like on its way back. Nope. Okay. So it looks like again we just need to, we'll do 155 and we'll do that, although it just does it for one and not all of them, which is annoying. So I have to go back in, low A, low B, why does this stay the same? So we'll do 58. We'll do 59. This probably won't work, but do Control C, Control V. Will this close it? Yes, it closes it perfectly. Okay, so let's go to this one. We'll take the closed. Okay, so we did both of these. This one, we'll take the closed. This one. And then we'll do 63. And we'll just do the first one again. Low A, low B. Okay. Good. Okay, so I did want to go into the graph editor and try to figure out the graph editor for this. Excuse me, I kind of like that. But he blinks twice. So he doesn't need the... So he blinks at the beginning and the end. Okay, so we can do something with that. Let's make this a little shorter. Let's make this to 120. Okay, so now the box is a shorter, it's a much shorter trip, but we can take these. Let's select them both and interpolation mode, Bezier. So this gives us these little thingies. So I can click on one and then hopefully we can just make this a little more interesting by playing around with these. I hate that they're so far apart. Nope. Didn't want to do that. Oh, yeah. I gotta find whichever one is the right one that I need. Of course, I just cannot find it. Like, how is it not this? It's like you can't really see it. Oh, that's a good trick, using the other end of it. Okay, let's see what we got now. Okay, it's also like the ends are like really... I don't need them so slow at the ends. Oh, come on. This is like... Gotta go all the way up for the other one. It's redonkulous. Much better. And then, you know what I think I want for the end here? On my back. What I think I want for the end is at 100. I think I want to make a new empty for the head. And I think I want that to spin too. I want to learn how to make bones for this. I want this to like wobble. I would love that. So I'm gonna right click, snap cursor to selected. Nope. You know, it's fine. Let's just leave it. Shift A, empty cube. Let's make it small. Okay, we can shrink it. So it's head shaped. Okay, so this is going to be the head. O, head, empty. Okay, so that's the head empty. And we need to connect it. So we need to take the head, eyes, the eye dots. Oh, and all of these. Mouth up, whatever. And then the head empty. Then I need to go on here and object, keep transform, yes. And then I want to make sure that this is in this one. Parent. Okay, so now that's inside. Did that work? The eye's still blinking? Yep, still blinking. So now when it gets to here, I want this. We're going to set a keyframe here. And he blinks around there, so let's do like 140. And let's put this to 360. And eye. Oh. Okay. Okay, so we missed something here. So the head top. Let's try that again. Eyes, eye dots, low, low, mouth, up, up. Wait, I don't know what these parts are. Oh, it's separated all those things. Okay. Oh, I don't know what these are, but these need to be together. So we're going to take all those and join them. Control J, is it? Control J? Okay, is the swirly still around? Okay, so this is the swirly. Okay, so what is this? This is the body. Ball stem. What is this? What is that? We'll get rid of it for now. This is the ball. This is the body. Okay, so I want to go back to the swirly and get rid of body here. That needs to be just curly Q. And this can be just body. I'm going to take this. I want to take this one. Just want to join all them together. and then hide it. What is body 2? Body. Okay, so let me make sure everything is still working. So the only thing is we need to figure out how to get all of these things into the head empty. So the ball stem, eyes, eye dots, head top, low, low, mouth, up, up, and then head empty. Control P. Okay. So let's make sure everything still works. There we go. Okay. We could take these. We could probably just leave them. $180. I think that's pretty cute. Let's do 0. Zoom in. Oh, we need to adjust the camera too. So let's go to the camera. We need to do a lot of adjusting. Turn orthographic. Let's switch to perspective. Oh, that's going to get a little bit. Yeah, so we do want the longer frame. Okay, we're going to bring this light down. Actually looked better up there. Okay, so I want to add, I think, another light. Because we're not really seeing any. Let's try these edges. I kind of like this key. So it's at 60. Let's put it at 180 so that the reflection will be nice and reflecty. But I'm not seeing any reflection here. Oh, there it is. Okay, I can see it. Let's make this have no saturation. Let's put it at, I put it at 100. I just want it to be lighter on his eye. So I think that looks pretty good. It feels like it might be too bright of a background. Like the ambient light feels a little bright to me. And that feels better. We can probably take this light and tone it down a little bit. Let's do 50 maybe. 20. So I'm not really seeing any difference. I think I like 50. I like the slight warm tone. Now, do we want to do an edge? An edge we can bring down to like 40. And then we can make this really small. And we can really try to get it on the edge of this little guy. Let's make it smaller. Oh, there it is. Whoop. Okay, let's move it over. I'm not really seeing any like... Let's tilt it up a bit. I just want it off the floor. Yeah, I don't really know how to not have it on the floor. It's a bit annoying. Let's take the floor. Speaking of, let's move this to something I like, at least. Let's try this at 20. I just don't want to spread. Very little spread. Now I'm not even seeing it at all. Did I try Spotlight? I don't usually use Spotlight, but... Like, that's nice, but I just wish I could get it on the whole body. That's actually quite nice. Let's bring it down, though, to 200. Let's bring it down to 60. All right, I like the way that looks. Let's see a version of it. First, I know I'm going to export it, so let's set the folder to... Where is it at? Alligator, no, what? Blender box, animation link, new folder. This is the Little Robot Crash course. Accept. So first, let's just render off a render. Let me check my settings. I haven't even really checked yet. 300, 300. That's fine. That's fine. Everything looks good. This is at standard look. What if we do medium high contrast? None. I think I like medium high contrast. And let's see if we have the compositor on. We don't have it on. We might turn it on later. So let's just do a save and then we'll render an image. Make sure the lights aren't too bright. Because if they are, I can also bring down the level of the background. Oh, and I didn't put any, not subsurface, what is it? Ambient occlusion. I didn't add any ambient occlusion, but that looks good. That looks good. He looks pretty cute. Okay, so I think I want to let's see what it looks like with the background a little bit darker. So let's bring up our windows here, and we're going to go to shader editor. Let's change this to being a little bit less saturated. And let's change the color a little darker. So that should give it a more realistic feel. I'm going to copy the hex, which is just the color, and then put it on the background so that they match. Nice. Let's take our camera and let's see if we don't want to scroll in a little bit more or if that's good for us. All right, and let's make sure the focus ring is good. Oh, I haven't even checked the depth of field, which isn't on. Butt monkey. Okay, that looks great. Let's render a second image. And it looks like I'm loving this second image so far. I like it. It looks good. Oh yeah, I love that. Love that, love that, love that. So let's save it as LR. Oops. A. Where is it going into? Blender project files? I guess that's fine. Let's put it into... Let's put it into downloads with a Z. So we'll save image. So the image will take a little bit longer to save there, unfortunately, but that's fine. Oh, wait, is it already saved? That was quick. All right, so let's close this. The only other thing I wanted to do was add some ambient occlusion to this. So Shift A, ambient occlusion, Shift A, color ramp. Now I connect this to the factor, switch these two nodies around. Okay, then I add diffuse. Boom, I'll put that here, and then I add a mix shader. These are my 4 horsemen, so I'm going to just copy them. And then I take the mix shader and move it here. Whatever it is on, it'll get darker, which is okay. So I bring the color to the factor, I think. Now I can adjust how much of that ambient occlusion is there. See that? I can add a bit more of that little shadow in there. And if I want, I could take the color and sort of adjust the color, but I actually don't need to, I don't think, on this one. I think that looks good. So now it's just a matter of, whoops, doing the same thing here. So I can just paste and then repeat that process. Oop. It's a little dark under there. I don't know why it's so dark. Let's see. That's very strange, actually. I guess we'll just do it like that. Let's do it with the arms as well. Control V. Bring that all the way back. And we'll just make that a little darker. And it still is a bit dark, so if I want to lighten it, what I could do is bring the diffuse in, plug the diffuse in down there. See if we can see a difference. And then just set this to be a little darker. It doesn't have to be black, but a little darker. So that gives me a little more leeway. So instead of black, it should be just a little bit more gray. So if I was to do this, hopefully I could go back to this color and just adjust it so it's not so dark. Like that looks pretty good. I can probably do that for this as well. So I'll take the diffuse and plug it into here. So then I can expand this a bit because I can make it darker with this. Or lighter. So we'll just do a little bit of darkness there. Okay. Let's do another quick render. So then we can save this one and just see if we like the others better. But I usually like with the ambient occlusion. It just feels a little bit more realistic. I'm surprised the shadows, it's like such a dark shadow like right underneath him. So let's save this. We'll save this as B. It's clear, nice and clear, clear-eyed. Let's close this and then let's, I think that was it. So I think I can, oh, I hate that he's not spinning like right. He's like a little bit off. But I don't think that really bothers me too much. Then it would start over. It doesn't need the first one. Okay, I got it. I figured it out. So I just need to go to the eyes, wherever they are. I think they're in the head animation, the eyes. Okay, so he doesn't need the first one, so I'm just gonna delete those keyframes, low. Okay, and maybe I want to spread them out, but I'll just leave it for now. Okay, so we're gonna do 180, that's fine. Then it starts over. And that'll be our animation. So let's save. And we will render this little animation. All right, that's it. So we'll be back for the animation. I might do something a little extra, but I think that's it for this. Keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to go more in depth, then definitely check out my Skillshare classes where I am a top teacher. I have about 50 classes, both Procreate and Nomad Sculpt. I also have a few classes on Udemy, so if you want to learn more, or you just like my style, you like the way I teach, you want to support me, those are some other places that you can do it. Thanks again, keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video.